Okay, guys. Take a sip of my coffee. Let's talk about the last mistake, the out of this series, and the top 5 mistakes that will make you a terrible networker. They will make you terrible. I'm Clint Griffin. I call myself the Terrible Networker because I used to be terrible when I started. I was really terrible by doing the things that I'm talking about in this series. I really advise you not to do the same because they will make you just as terrible as I used to be. It took me 3 years to really get good at network marketing, MLM, learn how to recruit, learn how to get people seeking me out and wanting to join me and not the other way around, not me having to hard sell them, make them uncomfortable, make them awkward. The whole training aspect of most companies is pathetic. It really is. It's bad on a new level, because the reason most people fail in this industry is because they get the wrong training. So again, my name is Clint Griffin. I want to welcome you to my website. Thanks for being here. Welcome again to the great state of Texas. And let's talk about this last one. This last one is kind of elusive. This mistake is kind of elusive because it will, or can, lead you to thinking that you're going to be okay and that you've got a level of security there, maybe a security blanket that you don't necessarily have. Psychologists have done studies on this, and they've seen that when somebody is perceived as having authority, like for instance wearing a doctor's coat or a lab coat, they're automatically perceived as having authority. If they have a badge or they have a uniform of any kind on that represents authority, they're automatically assumed to know more than they do. Most of us automatically assume that, they know more about whatever aspect of their job function than we will. They're the expert. They're the authority. So the general psychology is to kind of immediately cower down to that and give that person of authority total control over a situation. Where does that come in bad in this? I don't want to go off on a tangent on that, but where does that come in bad in this? When somebody is your sponsor, your upline person, your network marketing trainer, whatever you want to call them, whatever aspect they fall into. I've seen this more often than not in this industry. We automatically assume that person knows everything there is to know about the business. I mean, after all, they found me, right? That may be what you're thinking. Maybe you're thinking, they found me. They must know what they're doing. They must know exactly what it is I need to say and exactly what it is I need to do. Now, this created a lot of frustration with me. I've seen it create a lot of frustration with most newbie network marketers. I've seen it create frustration with network marketers that have struggled over the years and gone from company to company to company and never found success, because they automatically make this assumption. My sponsor knows what I need to do, so they're going to train me, or they're going to take me to a company training event or a local group that's in my company or my opportunity, and they're going to show me exactly what I need to do, right? No. And I'm not trying to discount, because some companies and some groups in different cities and towns across the United States, or around the world actually, because network marketing is not just in the United States, but primarily. Soviet Union, Russia, see that growing over there exponentially. Europe, it's going big. Australia, it's going big. But you see this more predominantly with the people that fail, because you'll get people that are really gung-ho. They're on fire and nowhere to go. On fire, nowhere to talk to. No one to talk to. They don't know what to do. And they'll ask their sponsors, and their sponsors will just give them the pat answers of, you just need to talk to more people. You just need to talk to more people. Now, if you rely, and this is the mistake I don't want you making, if you rely on your upline sponsor to give you all the answers without you learning the skills that you need to learn to make your business successful, regardless of what they say, because they don't have total control over you, You are an independent representative. Independent meaning you run your business the way you want to. Now, you can't run it unethically. I'm not talking about that. Stay ethical in your business practices. Stay ethical in the way you do things. That's not what we're saying here. What we're saying is you might have to kind of defy your upline sponsor because he or she or they may not know really what to do to grow your business. They may not know how to recruit. Maybe they just got lucky with you. Have you ever thought about that? Another thought I want you to think about is as soon as you sign on with somebody and as soon as the first person joins you on your team, in your organization, in your network marketing opportunity, guess what? You're their sponsor. Do you know everything? Now, if you answer yes to that question, I don't know what to tell you because I can't answer yes to that question. I don't know everything. No human being knows everything. Now, one of the greatest bits of advice I ever got, and unfortunately I didn't learn this till my 20s, about the time I got into network marketing actually, but one of the greatest bits of advice I ever got was that no one knows what you think they know. No one knows what you think they know. A brain surgeon might know everything there is to know about brain surgery, but he or she is not going to know about, they may not know about how to set up a website. They may not know about marketing. They may not know about how to fix a car. You see where I'm going with this? Everybody has their expertise, but nobody knows what you think they do, what we try to give them credit for knowing. Oh, they must know it all. And nobody knows probably as much as you think they do about building this kind of business. Very simple. I'm not saying don't trust your sponsor. I'm saying listen to what your sponsors recommend and then try to apply that to the real world truths that I and others that have succeeded before me teach you on how to really build this business genuinely. How to build an online presence. Get yourself a good blog going. Get yourself a good online presence going. Create some content, good content, that magnetically brings people to you. They find you in searches. They are interested in joining your company. They're interested in joining you. You more than your company. Because they want to rely on you to bring them the answers that they need to succeed in your business opportunity. Think about that for just a second. Let it mull over in your head there. Just think about it. The mistake that I don't want you making, and that I see a lot of people making, is that they never find a good source. Like TerribleNetworker.com, for instance. Like studying some of the greats, like Ray Higdon, or any of the network marketing gurus that are out here besides me. Now, I'm going to get down and nitty gritty with you. I'm going to be realistic with you, and I'm going to show you how to do this very simply without investing a lot of money and time and all that. That's what my program is about here. Just teaching you the basics. How to really get started the right way so that you've got something that's generating leads for you and generating prospects for you and generating a business for you nonstop. Once you get it established, once you get it going, it's really nonstop. The mistake I don't want you making is this fifth mistake, which is always relying on your sponsor to do this for you. Now, I did want to make this because over the years, over the last, since the early 90s when I first got into network marketing, I have seen, I think I've counted right, 7 different people, most of them younger, not all, but most. 5 of the 7 were younger. They were in their 20s also. One was had just turned 18. But 7 overall that joined a company or opportunity, and their sponsor built their entire organization for them. And next thing you know, they're sitting back and twiddling their thumbs and making $20,000, $50,000, $80,000 a month for doing nothing. I'm here to tell you, that's not going to happen very often. That's 7 that I know of out of watching hundreds of people, hundreds, and I do mean hundreds, out of personally helping hundreds of people do the same thing. the key to keep in mind here is that, one, those people might be successful, but if they don't take that money that they're making for free, basically, they were lucky. If they don't take that money they were making for free and invest it properly, what's going to happen is that opportunity or that business is going to trail out in popularity at some point. It'll trail off, and when it comes time for them to have to do this again, if they need to, if they've spent everything that they made or not invested it correctly, guess what? They're not going to know how to build their business because their dad or their mom or their uncle or aunt or whoever it was, that their best buddy, friend from college, whoever it was that brought them in and built their organization for them, may not be there. They may not be in the same company. They may not be in the same organization. You see what I'm saying with this? Not going to happen. So don't rely on your sponsor to know all the answers. Get into my free video series. Check out what I show you there. I've got all the things to say for offline recruiting if you want to do that. But I show you how to build a presence here online that magnetically brings people to you. It creates leads for you. You'll have people contacting you. At some point, you'll have people contacting you so much that you'll have to turn them down. You'll have to say, I'm not taking anybody on personally right now. Let me send you to somebody in my downline. Let me send you to somebody over here on my team, and you can talk to them, and if they determine they want to work with you, that's fine. If you determine that's a good relationship, that's fine. That's what you get with an online presence. So, not saying don't listen to your sponsor. I'm saying don't let what your sponsor knows or doesn't know be the end all, and don't rely on that as a biblical truth, because they may have just been in the business for a short time before they found you, and they may not even know what they're doing. They just got lucky when they found you, and that is the case. I've seen most of the time. When I first started network marketing, when I was a terrible networker, truly a terrible networker, here's what I did. I went to my upline sponsors, which was an aunt and uncle at the time, and they unfortunately didn't know exactly how to talk to people or do anything. This is before the internet, by the way. Everything had to be done offline. But they weren't exactly sure what to say to people, and I was awkward. I was in my early 20s, so I was like, okay, so, well, you just got to talk to more people. I understand that, but what am I supposed to say? I joined an opportunity shortly thereafter, within the next 2 years, because that one didn't work out, obviously. By the way, their upline sponsor, I'll call him Dan, that's not his real name, but I'll call him Dan, took me out one day, but it didn't really show me all the aspects of, or the secrets to really getting in conversations with people and just making them want to know more. Finding out where they are, finding out what they're doing in their life, finding out what interests them. So don't make that mistake. Don't make the mistake of thinking that your sponsor is going to help you do it all. They're not. Hopefully your sponsor, he or she or they, will help you build your business, but don't rely on them as the final truth in everything that you do. You learn the skills to build your business here online and as well as offline, and do it on your own and be successful. And then I promise you, I almost promise you, you'll have them coming to you. You'll have your upline sponsor, and maybe their sponsors above them, coming to you and saying, what is your secret, man? What are you doing? I mean, how are you getting all these people to contact you? How are you getting all these people to sign up in your opportunity, and how are you making so much money? Got it? With that, from the great state of Texas, I want to thank you. I want to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check out my free video series. You'll find all kind of sign-up places for it up at the top, over on the right-hand side, probably down at the bottom here, there's a link. Get into that and get going. Learn to build your presence online, and learn some of the things that really work offline if you decide to build it that way. From the great state of Texas, God bless.